Heard around the world by everybody and their mama. The Jesse Lee Peterson Radio Show.
Here's what another war that we're having. And when I was preparing for the show today, it just struck me that this is really, really serious. And no one seemed to understand the depths of what's going on here and why it is happening. And so I realized that I got to tell it. I got to put it out there. I'm sure there are other people who can see what's going on, but maybe don't have a radio talk show or other ways to get it out there. But there is a serious attack against masculinity, against men in this country. And it's brought on by the far left liars, the liberals, liberal men and liberal women. And they are serious about it. And they have rooted themselves into putting fear in you. They know how to put fear in you, and they know how to get you to respond to that fear by giving them what they want. And these people know how to present their issue in a very, very emotional way where they can get what they want. They can get most people to identify with them. They can get most people to go along with them. Even the good folks will go along with them, not realizing that they have been emotionalized and that these laws that the liars, the people of darkness are setting up will affect their lives because they are caught up with the emotional aspect of what's going on. And these people, these liberals, these liars, because they're children of the darkness, they are in positions now where they're in the media, they are on TV and radio, they're writing, and so they're constantly getting their message out as to emotionalize you and put you in a state of darkness and helplessness. And America, you got to wake up because these people are destroying everything that's good and they're only bringing in destruction. And they have learned, I guess, I have to believe that they have learned this over the years from the liars of the civil rights movement, in that they have watched how the liars of the civil rights movement, the NAACP, Jesse Jackson, Congressional Black Caucus, and most black preachers have used the race card to put fear and intimidation into white people, and they have gained wealth and power from that. Because once you become afraid, then you lose. And they have watched these people do this for the last 50 years or so, 50 to 60 years. And now they are doing it against men, especially the feminist, God-hating, man-hating liberal women. They are doing it against men. They're taking situations and just blowing them out of proportion. And they don't ever say some men, they say men. The war on violence, abuse against women. But on our side, we are made to say, not all, but most, some, not all. We are so soft and scared and intimidated on our side. And if even on our side, if we don't say not all or some, even our folks jump on you. Well, you need to say not all because not all, right? They don't say that about men on the left. They say, I don't know if they necessarily say all. They say men. They don't ever say some. And they are getting what they want. Right now, I remember last week telling you that this whole deal with Ray Rice and now the Minnesota Viking, Adrian Peterson, and other guys that are playing for the NFL, They're wiping these guys out, folks. And I said last week, who is behind this? Why are they taking this and just blowing it out of proportion? Who is behind this? And I said they want to destroy the NFL, rebuild it in a soft, weak, pathetic, feminist-like way. I have the proof of that today. They have been going after the NFL for a long time now. It's too rough of a game. Men, when they retire, they can't work, they can't do anything. They're breaking their necks and their backs and their knees, and they have been saying we got to soften the rules. You can't hit one guy can't hit the other one too hard. And the folks on the side of good say, "Oh yeah, that's right." They have been trying to destroy the NFL for a while, and the reason that they're trying to destroy it because it is a masculine, all-man game. And the average woman cannot get in there, well, not the average, a woman cannot get in there and play football with those guys. And feminist, God-hating, men-hating women do not like that. The National Organization of Women Who Hate Men, the radical lesbian feminist movement, they hate men. I have some examples. I'll give them to you when I come back and take your phone calls. This is a spiritual battle. I saw this happen to black men years ago and look at the state of masculinity in the black community today. It doesn't exist anymore. Back in a moment.
Love ever after the life we've been through, 'cause I know there's no life after you.
If you look at who is behind, and I said this when this whole Ray Rice situation broke out, and again, I think that the team should just punish Ray Rice, for the crime, but he should not lose his job. He should not lose his career. Ray Rice should not be destroyed because of having a fight with his then fiancée, now wife. But yes, if there's a law, then the NFL should punish him and send the man back to work, because we all do things that, if you had cameras on you, everybody will lose their job. Nobody will be working, if you think about it. And Adrian Peterson, the Minnesota Vikings player, it's been found out that he whooped his son with a switch. And now they're going after him, and they want his career destroyed. They want to take his soul. And they are doing this because they have a hidden agenda. And there's another black football player they're going after, because they want to destroy the NFL and rebuild it. I said last week, you need to look at who is behind this whole thing against the NFL. I guarantee you, when you look closely, you're going to see radical feminists. You're going to see the National Organization of Women Who Hate Men. You're going to see the radical homosexuals who are weakly, cowardly, pitiful excuse of male anyway. You're going to see all of the children of darkness. And their agenda is to destroy the NFL, rebuild it with women, feminist women, and homosexuals, and just soften that team down to a point that you will not recognize it anymore. I said that last week. I have the proof today. Here's my first proof of this. This is from ABC 7. Radisson Hotel has dropped the Minnesota Vikings for now due to Adrian Peterson. Adrian Peterson did what black people do, and it seemed normal to black people. When I was raised, when I was a kid, and when my mama was a kid, and my mama was a kid, in the black community, if you acted out, if you did something wrong, you were punished most of the time with a whooping, a switch, the hand, or a belt, and in some cases, whatever grandma could get her hands on. But they did it to discipline their children. And during those days, they raised decent boys and girls. And they didn't raise kids who hated their parents for it. They didn't raise kids who went out and did all wrong because of the whooping. As a matter of fact, the kids who were disciplined in the home by their parents or grandparents did better than those who were not. It may not be, I don't know if it's a white thing or not, but it's definitely a black thing. And it was done, all right? And Ray Rice, not Ray, but Adrian said that that's why he disciplined his son, because his mother did it for him, and it helped him in the long run. But these radical men-hating feminists are taking that and using it against him and the NFL. So the Radisson Hotel, dropping them for now. Isn't that something? Other folks are tweeting that other major corporate sponsors of the Minnesota Vikings include Miller Core, Verizon, Mall for America, Pepsi, U.S. Bank, Delta are calling for a boycott of all those companies. They are insisting that they drop the Vikings as well. This is about destroying the men of this tough game and bringing in women, feminist women, and weak, pathetic men. And they're using emotions to do it with. They're talking about how awful this is and how I had to talk to my kids about it. I'll give you examples of that in a minute. USA Today, the NFL announced 4 women will help shape league policy. This is what it's about, folks. USA Today announced, the NFL announced 4 women will help shape league policy. It's about destroying masculinity and bringing in this radical feminist, godless movement. Women who hate men. I'm telling you, and here's who the NFL has announced, according to this report, that they're going to bring into the NFL. A woman by the name of Anna Peterson will be vice president of social responsibility. What Isaac's son. What in the hell is social responsibility? What is that? No such thing. Social responsibility. How is this woman, Anna, going to bring in social responsibility to the NFL? Responsibility should be taught, and in a normal society is taught in the homes by father and mother, by the parents. Some woman by the name of Anna would never teach grown men social responsibility. Anyway, let me move on. So they're bringing Anna in. As senior advisor, the NFL brought on, listen to this, after this break. This is like mind-blowing, folks. Why are we allowing this to happen? So the way they get in, they go after your job. They go after your livelihood. And I have sound bites from that. They say, I'm going to destroy you, I'm going to ban you, I'm going to protest your sponsorship. I'm going to do whatever I can to destroy you to get what I want. Is that evil or not? Back in a moment.
It's wrapping my arms